From Kisumu. Yes.
Na leo umeonaje? Do you like the party? Do you like the game?
I love everything about the day, the setup, the vibe. We are there. Even though my team lost in the quarters.
Which team?
KCB. But we are here.
Now what is happening na KCB leo? Nini noma iko wapi?
Hatuelewi, but hata jana tulipom mshtuko vile zitekwali. It was just a
lakini mafans mko true kabisa.
Tuko sawa, KCB tuko pamoja, Lion-hearted.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Unapenda hizi t-shirt? How do you like these t-shirts?
They're nice.
Nataka guess ni how much? Guess ni how much nikupatie hii for free.
2K, 25.
So ndio hii haya.
Between 2K and 25.
2K and 25?
Yeah. 25.
Very nice. Ni 2500 Kenya shillings. Sawa. Shika hapa hivi. Onyesha kamera. Kabrase? Kabrase? Twende.
Amwezi kuonyesha kwa pesa. Haiwezekani.
Kuna huyu pia.
Haiwezekani hiyo vitu.
Haya, chairman.
Yes.
Chairman.
Yes.
Uko salama?
Tuko salama.
Haya, twende kazi.
Sisi ndio Kabras. Miaka ni 650 na tuko finals. Dala itatoka hapa. Tunaenda nayo tu hapa Kakamega. Wacha ambia tu KCB. Miaka imeisha. Young talents. Si atutumie wazee. Na SportPesa ndo brand.
Very nice watu wangu. Hii ni mbogi ya Kabras na niko na swali lingine.
Yes.
Nini kuliendelea pale Nakuru?
Nakuru kwa trial and error, lakini sasa system imekimbia. Tunabeba hii driftwood Kabeberi. Unajua yoko atakuwa anacheza. Tuna list Olympians. Sasa tumezataka tu na watu under 20.
Yes.
Ai, ni mbaya.
Asante sana. Nataka uinvite wase pale Kabeberi pale hivyo. Uchukue hii show.
Naambia watu wa Kabeberi, especially Nairobi branch, Kabras, tutajaza Nairobi. Yo naambia watu, Kabras is a team. Hiyo ni miaka 6 ya 15s. Sasa ya 7 tutachukua 3 na tutabeba hii. So come, you'll see young talent. Nakumbuka Olympians watakuwa nacheza. Miaka ni 650.
Kabras Kabras kama tako. Kuja. Sasa. Ngoja sasa. Tell us your name and where you're from.
I'm Pauline from Nairobi. I'm here supporting Kabras. Yeah.
Na mbona Kabras?
I love Kabras with all my heart and I'm having fun with it. And I'm having mad fun with all these people. I'm an influence.
Nice one. And how far will you go for Kabras?
Well, I traveled all the way from Nairobi to here and to the world and back everywhere.
Nice one. I have one question.
Yeah?
Give me 5 players of Kabras, pale.
Yeah. I'm a new fan.
Okay, give me 2.
Bikusi and I've forgotten.
Haya, nani atamsaidia?
Yeah.
Haya, tupatie 5.
Walter Okoth, Bryson Adaka, George Nyambua. Alafu kuna mwingine anaitwa Mtabeni Dukisa, John Kubu, Eric Antona, alafu Jackson Siketa, Raven Ambale.
Nice one. Ni hivyo. Sasa, so now I want now nataka chairman, wewe ndio umepata zote. Bali nikuulize, nipatie msupa ama nikupatie? Be a gentleman. No pressure. Tukupatie ama tupatie msupa?
Nipatie.
So msupa. Songa hivi kidogo bro, songa hivyo. So unakubali? Acha tupatie msupa kwanza. So thank you very much guys. This is SportPesa Sevens mazee. Tupatane Kabeberi na finali.
We are back, folks. That was a fun-come moment, folks. Biggie and Ricks representing the brand there, making sure that our fans are also feeling it. Remember, you can also be part and parcel of this fun giveaway opportunities. Grab yourselves the tickets to the next National Sevens Circuit leg. And of course, our camera crew will be on hand. To reward you.
Receiving game C.
Good restart there. Floyd just dancing with Gabi and Elton. These two teams are really tired. Leo's not getting the reward of qualifying for the cup. Final Jojo Oro taking on his former employer. Victor Mola there just looking at jabs. That has been a familiar picture at training.
Offside, advantage.
Nonetheless,
Number 10.
as the future had it, Japs would make that crossover to the bunkers just like Nijo Amaita. They've been told, strap on boys, let's head to
Scrum.
your former employer. It's a scrum here for KCB. KCB looking to make use of the fast attacking opportunity of this game.
Approach. Bind.
Right, 10 meters. Floyd straight into Victor Mola. Victor Mola knows Floyd and he deals with Floyd the best way possible, just extending passes. Seemingly looks like too much respect being offered by both sides here, and serving most of that depleted energy. Good ball recycled there by KCB. Bob takes it forward. He only knows one way, and that is going forward. Shemokola on Bob. Manuel out to a stepping, arriving Nigel Amaita.
Time, KCB. All it needed was that double step inside. And Nigel Amaita picking up from where he left in the semis. Scores and attempts the conversion, missing that. Attempted kick and goal, KCB 5. Strathpolios 0.
Yeah, Major there. Caught off the races. He's sitting pretty there. Newfound habitat.
Tackle.
The Lions Den KCB. Yeah, that's a knock-on. KCB 5. Leos 0 scrum here.
Bind. Sit.
For Strathmore. Manold. Measured. Executed right. Elton Malemba cutting back against the grain. Manuel Opondo beaten. Good interchange of passes. Muita waits for Gabi. Gets space on the outside. Gabi. Shem knocks it on. Shem is angry. Shem is fuming. Could have gone wrong there. Was it the pass? Or was the receiver not ready to receive the pass? It was just the try line was out there begging to be attacked. Come on, Shem, you need to pick that up. But there was really no need for that cutout pass. They were 3v1 and all they needed to was just put that ball into work. And of course, it would have been an easy run-in. Disappointed there, probably Shem thought Gabi was going to receive the ball. Was caught flat-footed there, off guard. Jenkins. There's a shout of pass. KCB putting in the hard work. Floyd need to go into the line and bend it backwards, run straight and hard. Victor completes the tackle, but he's also brought down, taken out of that defensive line intelligently by KCB there. Bob once again testing Shem. Shem versus Bob, big boys. It's a race for big boys, but Shem is saying you will not beat me. Yes, Shem will beat you. Try time, KCB.
Time, KCB. Ladies and gentlemen, that battle, I know you guys have been waiting for that battle on the wing. Big Bob Mohati versus Shemokola. One answer, Bob Mohati. KCB. 12, Strathmore 0. The following dignitaries, wherever they are, courtesy of Kisumu RC. Kisumu RC will be awarding life membership awards to some of the distinguished members of its community. Those who supported Kisumu for quite some time and have earned that life membership tag.
Entry. Just stand it here. Play.
An easy running there, ladies and gentlemen. Time for Strathmore Rugby Ayimba goes on a cold opener for Strathmore KCB 12, Leaders 5. It's halftime, ladies and gentlemen, on the field of play. Going into the halftime break. KCB 12, Strathmore 7. DJ just before DJ Kilometer. The following members, ladies and gentlemen, will be awarded immediately after this. I'd like to ask Eddie Anayo, Raymond Orlando, Michael Aduera, Gordon Raila, Robert Maua and Rafael Abonyo. Immediately after this game, we will be awarding Kisumu RC's Life Membership Awards, and that will be led by the Kisumu RC's head, Gabriel. This award, ladies and gentlemen, is in recognition of your outstanding dedication, unwavering loyalty, and exceptional service to Kisumu Rugby Club. Your commitment has strengthened our club and, of course, inspired the community, and most importantly, contributed to the growth of rugby in Kisumu County. Asanteni sana to the mentioned Eddie Anayo, Raymond Orlando, Michael Aduera, Gordon Ryler, Robert Maua, and Rafael Abonyo. Second half, ladies and gentlemen, we are deciding the 5th place standings for Dala Sevens. Remember, there are points to be won to add on to last weekend's points and from that performance at Prince Louis Sevens. Second half, KCB 12, Strathmore 7.
Second try there. KCB had another try. Kickoff. KCB 17, Strat 7.
Off it, leave it, green. Offside. Bakati. Advance over.
Samuel Wafula.
Play on, play on, play on, play on, play on. Play on, play on.
Good close quarter battle. KCB battling that ball in the ruck area. Elvis Olukusi, beneficiary of that groundwork being laid and done. Nyala being taken backwards. Gabi has seen an opportunity to put one on his teammate at the National Sevens team. Shujaa Nyala playing halfback. Floyd goes straight into the man, leading elbow. The referees have been very keen about that leading arm. Dangerous play. Floyd goes straight. He tucked the arm there. Counter-racking strong there by KCB. No clear release. Coming round, yes. Good tap. Muita has Mola. Good recycling. Referee says, let's play it on. Waf stops and goes. Switch. Oh, he decides to take on the defensive line. There's some strong defensive work at the breakdown there by KCB. KCB, referee says, play on. Worked really hard. That ball is into touch. Had some really good counter-racking job there by KCB. Samuel Hasati met the tackle. He was about to be thrown away. Released, went for that counter-rack and was rewarded, but was bundled into touch. Good skills there, 7 skills on show there by Samuel Tintin Asati. One of the very good, or is it the very best tacklers we have locally. Samuel Asati will chop you as low as he can. He actually chops for a living. KCB 17.
Hold on.
Leos 7. 3:22 to go. Arnold. Good line out. Waf steps. As a wicked step on him. Was also a very good ball runner. Runs hard. Elton Malemba has numbers on the outside to work with, but decides to go straight into contact.
Play on.
That is Mola with Smarty, Festa Shiasi, wanted to close out on the outside. Try
time, Stratforders. Good change of direction there by Victor Mola. Remember the name, Victor Mola Airways. It's taking off from the Jomo Kenyatta Mamboleo Stadium. And your captain is Victor Mola as Amon Omalo hits the uprights, ladies and gentlemen. KCB 17, the Stratforders 12.
That's a knock on there. Another use of the ball awarded to Strathmore. KCB giving another shot at Strathmore to go at them. KCB have been really guilty of many of their outcomes this weekend. They can be blamed for actually most of those results.
Bind. Sit.
But nonetheless, they know how to bounce back. Leos once again going to contact Elton. KCB strong on the defense. Gabi steps. Smarty buys it. Ola kicks in behind Smarty. It's a foot race. And you know who's the winner? The bounce of the ball, though. Good bounce of the ball.
Try time, Strathmore. We say he's the captain of the Mola Airways. He is also the captain of Mola FC. Keep and chase behind the defensive line. The foot race. And you know who wins this one between Smadi and Victor Diambomola, the bounce of the ball and grounds in the goal line area. Leos 17, KCB 17.
One and a half.
Missed conversion, scores at 17 apiece. KCB.
Play on.
Sati recycling. Smarty to Olukusi. Olukusi has a player on the outside. He's isolated once again. I don't think that would have been the best option. Even the coaches themselves wouldn't be allowing and supporting that one man on the outside and going into contact.
Finally, Manuel Opondo with the deadlock breaker right at the end of this one. 22-17, leaving it late, but winning it and finishing third, finishing fifth in the SportPesa National Sevens Circuit. Dala led, and they walk away with all the points for the fifth. Cutting through the defense there, Stella Wafula looking to offload. Impala quick off the blocks this first minute. Referee says first man in is allowed to contest, and it's a turnover from Kiamba. They look to spread it out wide to the outside channels, trusting in their pace, going for it, but is caught down by the retreating defensive play of Nel Chikombe, offloading in the tackle, keeping the ball alive, not allowing Impala to backtrack, going to the left side where they have numbers. Good cut back, and just 5 meters out, now 10 meters out from the try line, Impala called to defend. This is going to be a tough one for Impala Roans, because we know the brand of rugby played by Kiamba ladies. Charging into Impala's 22. Worrying times for Impala. Kiamba coming all the way from their own 5-yard, making ground. Good ball handling skills, no knock on. Ball goes to man, stepping back in, and then going around 5 meters out. Nelly over that ball. Chikombe might probably win it for Impala. It's a turnover.
Yeah, she does.
All the hard work by Kiambaa ladies coming to an end there.
Yeah, that is an unfortunate run there for Kiambaa, but a fortunate one for the one and only Impala runs. Who are lucky.
Yeah, contest on the floor there, but damage had already been done by Nelly Chikombe. As you see there on your screens, KU, Kenyatta University's Black Blood being awarded for 9th place finish. And smiles all around. Not where they wanted to be, but that's where it has ended for them. They will look to build it up with that 2-week break till the next leg. Benjamin Ruga with that golden trophy, and they go through the celebration mode, lifting it high. 9th place confirmed for KU Black Blood. Yeah, every team has its ritual whenever they get this trophy.
Yeah, these boys have battled hard. Last weekend gave them a bit of better fortune, but this weekend they have themselves to blame. They'll be looking to bounce back after the break, the recuperation break that will be next weekend, a free weekend for the local sides to actually take a breather and nurse their wounds, lick their wounds, and get ready for the George Mwangi Memorial Kabeberi Sevens.
Yeah, try given there for Kiambaa ladies off the live pictures, failing to convert that one, but they hit the front 5-0 against Impala Roans. As you see that replay going all the way to score, Ross Waithera has been a go-to for Kiambaa ladies. Restart goes into the red basket for Impala Roans. They have to build it all the way from their own 75, their own 22. They have 75 meters to work with. Stella Wafula to Nelly, those two familiar with each other's routines from their stint in the Kenya Lionesses. Good charging run from Nelly Chikombe. They shift it back to the open side. Have numbers, but that ball moving slowly, allowing Kiambaa to reset on defense. First man in, referee gives them benefit of doubt and the reward, and they go good, quick tap and go, and they go for their second try. Sheldon Jerry with another center post try. And the conversion is good. Impala just guilty of not protecting their own ball. As you see, their quick tap and go. Referee very clear, do not touch her. Very well adept in playing what is before them. And with 1.5 minutes remaining in this match, Kiambaa building that gap comfortably. That is a miscue for the restart. Doesn't go the required 10 meters. And it will be a free kick for Impala Roans. Much needed possession for them. That kick to the center field, looking very disinterested from Impala Roans. Not excited with the turn of events here.
Yeah, forgive them, they're tired, they've battled. It's been a long 2-day. But also I had last weekend's performances. They all are craving for that 1 window break, 1 week break.
Indeed, they are for both, all the players. It's been on the road to Prince Lou, then to Dala Sevens.
Some even started a week earlier at Rough and Tough.
Yeah.
Went to Juja Sevens, so they've had that preparation culminating with the actual championship performances. So that is a tired body, a sore body nonetheless, as that ball goes into touch, kicked into the goal line area.
Well done, Jerry.
She's disappointed. She probably didn't know the result. That's a scrum 5 meters out.
Yeah, not aware of the repercussions and the impact of that kick. But it's a first time attacking ball for Impala in the Kiambaa Ladies 22. As we see KCB going over in that split screen to receive their award for the 5th place. Meantime, Impala making a mess of that scrum. KCB getting the 5th place trophy. Not what they had set out for, but they came unstuck. As you see there in the pictures, waiting to take a photo with the 5th place. KCB licking their wounds. They will be back in 2 weeks' time to see whether they can get themselves back into contention. They earn 13 points for their troubles. 13 points to add to their tally they took in Bristol of 22. Capras being in the final twice. They will hit the front of the leaderboard by the end of Dala Sevens. Impala not using their ball well. As you look here, it's a turnover. Kiambaa Ladies have been very good with their ball handling skills, able to get themselves out of this danger zone, this red zone. All they have to do is win and stabilize this scrum. Break in play taking so long. Referee trying to hurry up things because this scrum has taken long to reset. Jerry with ball in hand gives it out wide. That move that we have seen and gotten accustomed to. Impala very wary of that. There is a knock-on and Stella Afula imagining that it was a penalty, but it's only a knock-on, and the referee bringing a halt to the proceedings. This 5th place playoff, 3rd place playoff, sorry, for the women, the bronze match. And Kiambaa leading this one on to the break, 12-0. Impala with all the work to do in the second half. back for the second half of this bronze match between Kiambaa Ladies and Impala Roans. Impala trailing 12-0. And that kickoff not going the requisite 10 meters, so it will be a free kick right at the dead center of the pitch in favor of Impala Roans. They have to get themselves back into this one. They have to pull themselves. You know, it is at the very tail end of 2 days of rugby, but they have to rise to the occasion, look for the maximum points. Kiambaa Ladies, no slouch either. Very aggressive. They're very agile. They chase down every ball. They're very fast on their feet right across the player roster. So if you have to score against them, it's going to be hard work, as Impala finding it out in this second half. Rush defense there quickly to snuff out that attack from Impala Roans, and they elect to go for a quick line out. As I said, really quick-paced defense there and splitting through. You see they're just being bundled into touch, and then going for that quick restart is Milan Gatonye. Turnover in possession, first from Impala, then again from Roans. Third time it's changing hands, and they go to the backyard through the boot. It's a foot race. Oh, nice bounce of the ball, but she has no support. Good appreciation of the law. Puts the ball down, then stands up, regathers that one. But supporting players late to come in. Looks like a maul that will be unplayable, and the ball goes to Kiambaa Ladies. Good defensive shift there from Kiambaa Ladies to recover that position when it seems like Impala Roans were going to get themselves onto the scoreboard. Defensive scrum, 10 meters out. So put in and steady scrum from Kiambaa Ladies. They go to their left, have numbers out. They have to reset this one. That pass, loop around move that was being tried and attempted there by Kiambaa Ladies not working out. Ball goes into touch, and it will be a line out in favor of Impala Roans.
Red here, blue here. Blue upper. Right back on. Here.
They cover their line out and going straight into contact and being hustled and harassed there for that ball. That is a good Stella with the ball. Goes to deck, trying to see if they have numbers out to the right. Not really. This is an isolated play from Impala Roans, getting shoved. Good counter. They do well to survive that onslaught at the rack, counter rack. Nelly Chikombe harassed and hustled quickly, gets out of those two defending players from Kiambaa and offloads to Stella. Stella is a ferocious ball carrier, but equally matched in defense as they go low to bring her down, losing territory as Kiambaa Ladies just push up in defense. Finally the error comes in. As you look at the split screen there, words being given out as day 2 knockout and winners walking away with their trophies, with their medals.
Yeah, that award ceremony happening behind the scenes there. Lifetime award membership being given to some of the stellar support system at Kisumu FC, led by Eddie Anayo, Raymond Orlando, Michael Edwera, Gordon Ryla, Robert Maua, and Rafael Labonyo, receiving lifetime membership awards from Kisumu FC's Secretary Robert Wechesi. Many thanks to Dr. Ezra Nomolo, HSC as well.
Yeah, that tackle has to roll away. There will be a penalty against Impala Roans if they're not careful. Referee laying down the law. Finally, the ball is out of that rack and straightening to go at the heart of Impala's defense. Ball bubbles out of the rack, leaving space out wide. Will she get past the defender? Doesn't. And she's brought down. Evelyn Barongo goes to deck. Arriving players going through the windows, the side doors and everything. Illegal in this particular incident.
Kiamba have given themselves an opportunity this weekend to actually get that bronze medal. A step down from last weekend, silver, but nonetheless an opportunity relished and earned to play amongst or against the very, very best in the Republic. They've taken on Mwamba, who are the top team locally. They've taken on the Kenya Harlequins, Queens, Palarons, now getting a taste of what Kiamba is all about. But folks, don't you lose hope. Women's rugby is taking shape. It's looking up, and we are the front, and of course you are the front seat as well to witness some of the very, very best sevens ladies teams coming up across the Republic. Impala with a loop pass there. It's a knock on there, uncharacteristic. Stella Wafula pretty much disappointed in herself.
Hey, it sums up Impala's weekend, really.
Yeah, it does.
And forced errors, especially from the veteran Stella Wafula.
Yeah, it really, really does.
So they have to defend this one, but Kiamba ladies will want to finish this one with a long, but they go to the shorter side, unattended, steps back in, putting it down for their third try of the match and sealing this win. Janet Oyare. Janet Oyare just goes over. Fashion to come, and it's over the bar for an extra 2. And Kiamba comfortably winning this one 19-0. Final kick of the ball as we hear the hooter there. Put it high up. Very nice kickoff. One of the best restarts that you'll see in the women's category.
Totally one of the best, or probably the best lineup kickoff I've seen this weekend.
Yeah, it's actually right up
combined
there.
Both men and women.
Yeah, indeed, you're right, Walter. That is spot on the 10-meter mark, enough for the chasing pack to go high and contest. Just unlucky with the ball handling. Go to deck. Impala staring at a shutout here. They need to save themselves some blushes, as you see the coach there for Kiamba.
Yeah, Alan Bush has orchestrated some of the very many problems happening in women's rugby.
In women's category, yeah.
But a decent gentleman, he served Kiamba, Kinale, St. Joseph's. He's done all that he can to actually develop women's rugby. And a great man, must add.
Yeah, Impala 10 meters from their own try line. What do? They go to the boot. This will bring the game to an end. Kiamba will walk away with the bronze in the women's category. A shutout of Impala Rawans. 19-0 in favor of Kiamba ladies. And they cap it up. Dala Sevens, the first inaugural women's tournament to be held in the Lakeside City. This one has been taken by the enterprising Kiamba ladies. Look out for them. Still some legs remaining in this SportPesa National Sevens Circuit. You might put your money on them to win one of those legs. But we move on quickly to the third place playoff for men's category. That is the loser of the semi-finals. Mwamba taking on Kenya Harlequins.
Ladies and gentlemen, if there's a team that has really impressed and surprised us the most is this team, Kiambaa Ladies. Right now, I'm joined by the head coach. Hey, coach, congratulations. The girls have really pushed themselves. They've played really well. Just tell us, what have you been insisting on the training session?
I think on the training session, the main thing I've been insisting is about discipline and the game structure and the philosophy of our team. That's what has kept us through this tournament from last week to this week.
Kiambaa Ladies are a very young side. Maybe what lessons have you picked from this tournament?
Yeah, the one major lesson I've picked, anything is possible if you dream. So they are, I think our average age, let's say it's around 18 years. So moving forward, I know the lesson the girls have taken, that being in a national team is just an opportunity, and the matter of age, we shall be there.
Thank you so much, coach. All the best at Kebeberi. All right, that has been the head coach of Kiambaa Ladies. Right now, I'm giving it back to Walter and Toili.
Thank you so much for getting some insight into the bronze winning head coach for Kiambaa Ladies. Now we go into the bronze match. This one between Kenya Harlequins and Mwamba RFC in that semi-finals. Mwamba coming unstuck against Oilers, losing that one 22-5. Cabras on the other side, emerging comfortable winners against Kenya Harlequins. So what is on offer here is the number of points that will help them all in their quest for the long-term winners of the sports circuit, SportPesa Circuit. 17 points up for grabs in this match. As we see Atudo cleaning out. Oh, fantastic run. Man, he can move coast to coast. Going in for the first try of this match, Davis Atudo. No, that's actually Brighton Omondi cutting similar figure to Davis Otundo. Brighton goes down for the first try. And Kenya Harlequins off the blocks quickly, trying to go for these 17 points. The loser of this one will get 15 points to help them in the grand scheme of things.
Conversion is successful. 8-7.
Oh my God, dead.
A restart, the offing here. A good area to regain possession for the try scoring side. A knock-on, it's advantage, but knock-on both sides. First one from Mwamba. And it will be advantage Kenya Harlequins once more. As you see, they are going for it and knocking it on. Mwamba not helping themselves. Jerome Mikisi.
Crouch.
Good territory for Kenya Harlequins.
Set.
Put in there from Simon Ochieng. Then they shift to the right, attacking the defensive line very quickly. You need a recycle. Looks like a hint of a knock-on from that base of the rack.
Yeah, it looks like a knock-on. It looked like a knock-on.
Still, Kenya Harlequins with possession, gutting down the shorter side of the pitch again. Same man. Pace to Ban this time round. Scores it further away from the posts. And Brighton Mondi with another try, second try, his second try and second for Kenya Harlequins. With a conversion to come, the teams which lost in the semi-finals going for this bronze match. Conversion not successful, so scores remain 12 to Kenya Harlequins. Look at that dive, enjoying his rugby. 2 tries under his belt. 2 tries under his belt, and he's looking to go all the way to ensure that Queens have their highest finish yet. Lost in the previous Prinsloo, finishing 4th there against Nondis. So a tap for Dala. Mwamba trying to bring themselves back. Oh, big collision there from the defenders. Passed it too early, in my opinion, because he still had the sweeper to commit. And allowing Kenya Harlequins to reset their defense. Goes into contact, spills the ball. Referee penalizing that high tackle that caused the spillage in ball. Quick tap and go from Dennis Ndala, looking for a runner outside. Tries to go by himself. Advantage being played for not being 10. Probably a double plus tier if they're not careful, and a yellow card is loading. Yeah. It's something that players are unable to just help themselves. Can't avoid tackling players, especially 10 meters out from the try line. We've seen them, the consistency from the referee, it always results in a yellow card. Cynical play. And going to the bin. I think it is Kinyanju, will just confirm the name. Yeah, Zeden Maro goes to the sin bin for that early tackle of the penalty that was just 10 meters shy of their own try line. So this is 6 versus 7. Mwamba with ball, 3 out wide. Then they have this training ground move. This will be a try for Mwamba. Number 7 for Mwamba, Joshua Otieno with that try, making Kenya Harlequins pay that infringement and pulling them back into this match. The conversion to come that sails to the left of the uprights. You see there on the bench, the sin bin, Zeden Maro, counting the losses that he has caused his team to incur. That training ground move, giving the much needed space out wide for Joshua Otieno to go over and pull Mwamba back into this one. 7 points the difference. Matthew Omar receiving that kickoff, but is quickly mowed down. Kenya Harlequins in their own 22, 6 against 7, and they use their boot to get out of their danger zone. Into Mwamba's backyard, it's a foot race. That bounce of the ball very critical, and he taps it into touch. Dennis Ndala might just pick another yellow if he's not. Referee just being lenient there.
Yeah, the referee has forgiven him.
Yeah, you're not allowed to interfere with a quick restart. He followed that ball to the billboards there and sideboards and just gave it an extra tap.
Yeah, mostly that's a yellow card. And
even in soccer, it is a yellow card.
It is. Ideally, it's an opportunity here for Mwamba to clear. Remember, the sin bin is done. Just awaiting, it's off the foot, that one. Joshua.
Bundled to the ground.
Otieno once again, testing. Queens. Good show and go there, an offload. One-handed offload. Dennis Ndala is battling really hard. The tackle is complete, knees are on the floor. Looking to recycle, have options both on the open and blind side. Kick over the defensive line. The bounce favors Queens. Oh. Don't regard the possession. The bounce then favors Mwamba. Isolated. Good tackle. Brian Mutuki recycles, playing halfback at this point in time. There is numbers to burn on the outside. Reynold Andovate just needs to seek out Shaquille Bosire on the outside. Try is beckoning. Try time. Mwamba.
Yeah, Mwamba doing an end-to-end, coast-to-coast try. Starting all the way the build-up from their own 22. Finishing it up there with Shaquille Bosire. Courtesy that quick movement of the ball, quick recycling, backpedaling, but not being able to get into shape to defend the onslaught from Mwamba. And bringing it to a 2 points differential. Will Dennis Ndala put it through? No, he misses it. So we go into the halftime. Harlequins with a slim margin lead of 2 points in this bronze match. All teams, both teams gunning for that 17 points on offer.
stats tell the story. 2 tries apiece, 1 converted, the other didn't convert. Goal kick success rate. You can see there, Kenya Harlequins in the lead, simply because that 1 attempted goal sailed over. Visit to the opponents, 3 out of 2 penalties conceded. Kenya Harlequins there in the lead. Those are our stats, folks. Brought to you courtesy of our sports lab, Ticini.
And we're ready for the second half. Referee just waiting to kick us off. Blows the whistle. Kenya Harlequins in the front by 2 points only. Mwamba almost messing up with that kick-off. The good soft hands and knocking it on. Coming under pressure in your face defense from Kenya Harlequins and knocks that ball. Immediately turn over possession.
I don't think there's pressure there.
They must have been thinking of taking off.
Yeah, he had actually thought about what to do before he caught the ball.
Crouch.
Nonetheless, it's time to pay for that mistake. Would Kenya Harlequins put them to the sword? Or would they let that slip by? Fed nicely. Lawrence Ndungu gives the ball to Dave Mwangi, looking for that chicken offload.
Yeah, not executing it well. It drifts into touch. Ramadan Masete was waiting by the touch line there to receive that one, but they did not communicate well. So possession going back to Mwamba. Still the hard work of ensuring this is a retained possession, a one line out. It's contested and it goes straight to the over the top to the back of the line out and recovered by Kenya Harlequins. Kenya Harlequins looking to extend their lead, knocking at the door of Mwamba and putting it through. It's an advantage being played. Advantage being played for that late tackle as Kenya Harlequins try to get into Mwamba's backyard. Very lucky to still remain on the pitch. Some referees would have called that one against them. What option do Kenya Harlequins go with here?
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Good put, but good pressure there. And ball is whipped when he had already had his knee on the ground, so referee doesn't allow that. But still illegal scrummaging and a yellow card loading.
It's a penalty already.
Yellow card offense. 5 meters out, and Mwamba will play the next 2 minutes with only 6 against 7. That looks like Amon Bwambok going to the sin bin, not sin bin, and Mwamba will have to make do 6 against 7, 5 meters out. This is an easy try from the scrum half. Number 9 picking it off the base, going round and scoring. Simon Ochieng gets himself onto the scoreboard. Look at that, picks and goes under the flailing tackles of Joshua Otieno. Could not stop him outright. Always a tough ask for any team to defend against a scrum half on a center pitch scrum when you're 6 against 7. And the conversion is good. You see that darting run around the scrum. Now the conversion is missed. That's just surprising.
Queens 17. Mwamba 10.
5-meter channel shows a clean pair of heels to the Mwamba defense, and it's an expensive sin bin for Mwamba, conceding 2 tries. This one with a conversion to come. I think with 2 minutes and several seconds remaining. Mwamba will have a tall order, pull themselves back into this one. Attempted shot for the extra 2 points, doesn't go through. We remain 22-10 in favor of Kenya Harlequins, who have been really good in the last 2 legs. Consistency is their form, and yet again the top dogs. Second semi-finals. Mwamba, Dala puts it into the backyard, chases it down, collects it and scores. Individual solo try, multiple skills on offer. Just went straight to the defense line, so there's no sweeper, puts the ball to boot. Very good grabber kick, and the ball sits up right for him. He picks it, scores and converts. There's still hope for them. Enough time, more than enough for them to come back. It's a difference of 5 points. See that quick tap, and then immediately goes for that grabber kick. Goes to the backyard, picks it up. Such a talented lad. Mwamba restart, they put it deep. Well collected by Kenya Harlequins.
Here's a question for you, Toili. You have Brian Dala and you have Brian Ondego. You have Dennis Dala and Brian Ondego. Who do you choose as your flyer for playmaker?
Very
you only
tricky,
have one
that
starting spot.
Very tricky question, that one. Those players are very good in what they do, and we have to sit down and just go through the repertoire of skills for both players. But you will be leaning towards Ndayala. He's able to put those conversions through. Dego also adept, so it's gonna be a toss-up, Walter. I'm not sitting on the fence.
In terms of the returns,
yeah, I mean, Dala's return on offense is really good. He has scored several tries.
There you go, you've left the fence, so you've gone with Dennis Dala. Well, you wouldn't be blamed for choosing Dennis. Dennis is quite enterprising. He does everything for this Mwamba side, clearly. Kicks off, converts, scores, kicks in behind, communicates. He's just...
Yes.
I mean, he's solid. I'd give him props ahead of his brother this season, at least, because he's played in the top flight longer than his brother. His brother just qualified from the Division 2 category last weekend. But still, they made the cup semis, cup quarters this week.
Yes.
They'll be playing in the cup category in the George Mwangi Memorial Category 7. So another opportunity, more playing time for that lot. It's interesting to see. Let's have a look.
Very comfortable in Division 1.
Yeah, let's have a look at what happens and what transpires over the next 4 legs of the SportPesa National Sevens Circuit. But true to their reputation and, of course, their potential, they are serving their employers. That is Queens.
Brian Mutugi going into contact. The time is running out for Mwamba. They just need a try to tie this match up. The time is up on the clock. Brian Mutugi rides one tackle, rides another, and it's a tied match. 22-all with a conversion to come. Who takes the responsibility, the duties for these extra 2 points to win it and walk away with the 17 points on offer for the bronze medalist? Dayala steps up. He's gonna go for this conversion. A critical one, as both sets of players looking to see whether they are going for the extra time or it will be a win for Mwamba. And Dayala just skews it to the left. We have our first extra time to determine who walks away with the bronze in this match.
To separate the two, we head into extra time, starting the an extra 5 minutes for first
half. 5 minutes each half on this extra time. But whoever scores first, that is it. The game will stop at that point. So tie your laces, sit down, take your favorite drink, as we close down Dala Sevens, the 20th edition. This bronze match, we must get a winner. We must see who walks out with 17 points. The loser walking away with 15. Very critical points when you look at the last leg, the 6th leg, and where the overall standings will be. I remember way back in 2024, Kenya Harlequins did not win the most number of tournaments, but they were consistent, making sure that they were in each semi-finals of that circuit, and they ended up being crowned as the overall winners. So, no point. You cannot leave out any point in this journey. And the toss has been made. The refereeing team just discussing their options, trying to read the game, trying to see where they have done well and room for improvement. As we see a reboot, we start again. This is sudden death. Harlequins have been really good on defense. They have really kept the matches tight and close whenever they have met their match. So you will not bet against them winning this one. Mwamba, on the other hand, is a slow burn for them. They prefer making it sure through the faces, through the hands, and Dala puts it deep into Kenya Harlequins 22. There is a knock-on and an advantage being played. Doesn't seem like it's a knock-on. Yes, it is. I think we cited that. And it is immediately advantage Mwamba, because they're in the right territory. That was a good kick from Dennis Dala, then misjudging the flight of that ball, knocking it on Matthew Uma.
Yeah, he actually hit it, it went forward. The referee was blindsided, couldn't see it. Had to take the effort of the touch judge to actually pull that one back. Time now to attack. 5, is it 10 meters out? Fitting that scrum. Mwamba. There is Dennis, you see the creation on the outside there. Puts his man, Shakil Basira, into the gap. Ladies and gentlemen, they win it. Mwamba.
Very telegraphed move there, but Kenya Harlequins didn't read that move. A loop around move of Dennis Dala rightly puts it into space for number 2 Shakil Basira to go all the way 25 meters, pins his ears and goes for Mwamba to turn around things from Principal Sevens, where they didn't get in the top 8, to finishing as bronze medalists. As you can see there, Gideon Mokumi, one of the signings for Mwamba. Celebration time for them. All neutrals will be happy to see them back into the podium. 27-12 winners over Kenya Harlequins. And they walk away with this one after extra time. As we move on to the Division 2 finals coming up shortly. Fighting for what is on honor, what is up for grab, a promotion to Division 1. And going ahead of them into this tournament was Zitek Hawks, and they have done well to remain in it, courtesy of that quarter-final appearance. So between Catholic Monks, who are relegated, and Stallions, who are left out in the semi-finals last in Prinsloo, who walks away with this one. Good run from Stallions off kickoff. 1 meter shy of Catholic Monks. Try line and jumping, hurdling over one tackle, goes in and scores. First try for Kabete Stallions. That is a good first minute display there from Stallions, determined to get themselves into the Division 1. Catholic Monks trying to get back after appearing in Prinsloo, finishing there amongst the last and were relegated, starting off not in the form that they expected. This is a finals, so they have to drag themselves back into it. Attempted conversion by Mark Nyakundi not going through, so it's 5-0. And they retain possession from the kickoff. Really nice turn of events for Stallions. Sniping around the base, and they lose that one. Wambani passes it to his colleague, his teammate, as they look to solidify that track and have ball that they can work with, going straight into tackle. Doing well to retain possession. They shift it out to the left, coming and looking for a platform to reset, going through the motions, setting up slowly. Now it's 2v1, but the defense retreats to give themselves space to attack. Mulinge with ball offloads. Fantastic play from Mulinge to keep the ball alive. 7 meters out. Nice play for Catholic Monks that they try to bring themselves back into this match. Going through the hands. It's 5 meters out. Will he ride the tackle to score? You bet he will. Goes over for a response. And Catholic Monks hit back. End-to-end stuff here. Good ball retention. Moving the ball through the hands. Securing their racks. Spreading out Kabete Stallions defense. And finally going over to score. And that conversion just misses the uprights. 5-7 favor of Stallions. Handoff afforded him a chance just to dive over and pull back Catholic Monks. 3 minutes remaining, just over 3 minutes remaining in this one. Going for the restart. Putting it high into the skies and over into the space that is not manned. Doing well to retain possession. Oh, wonderful anticipation from Mulinge. Went for that space that was unmanned. Mulinge kept his run in check. Waited for the lucky bounce of the ball. He created his own luck, to be fair. And recovers that ball to score. Kick-off try from Catholic Monks, and they hit the front here. 10-7 with that missed conversion. That lack of concentration from Kabete Stallions, one of the reasons why they are yet to make it into the Division 1. Kickoff must be able to cover every blade of the pitch, not calling for that ball again. These kickoffs are a nightmare for Kabete Stallions, and you can see the inquisition there between the three players from Kabete Stallions. Rule of thumb, Walter, is normally the player behind should be the one calling for that ball.
Yeah, because he is the one with a better view and probably the best position to catch it.
Yeah, nothing. I mean, those part of the training regime, whenever you have these training sessions, is the kickoffs, both in attack and in reception. So when you miss out on such basics, then you open yourself up to attacks from your opponents. Steady scrum, trying to go through the back door. Mulinge very aware of that, shepherding Stallions players to the touchline. Then coming in, well-organized defense here from Catholic Monks. What do Stallions do? Crash ball that is knocked on. Oh, fantastic defense from Catholic Monks.
Yeah, that's good defense there. But Dennis Mwangi there had an opportunity for that cutout pass, and he opted not to take that one. I'm not sure why he couldn't. But nonetheless, he's offered Catholic Monks an opportunity here. Injury break.
Yeah, long break here. That crash ball not going. The outcome not good for Kabete Stallions. And the tournament medical doctor quickly onto the pitch together with supporting cast to just ensure that that player is well attended to. Potentially a head injury that will require evacuation as we prepare ourselves for the finals coming up after this one. That will be the first of all the women's finals that will pit Mwamba, out and out favorites, who will be taking on their nemesis Kenya Harlequins. And then we move to the men's final to see a new winner between Cabras and Oilers in the Rai Derby. On your screen there, Fancam trying to check out the fans who've turned up for 2 days of action-packed Dala Sevens. This is the 20th edition as we look to close down at the Lakeside City. It's the second leg of a six-legged 2026 SportPesa National Sevens Circuit. And there have been fantastic games throughout these 2 days. Biggest of all is the upset of the Galacticals. KCB being dumped out in the quarterfinals. They walk away with the 5th place, 13 points. Cabras, who have looked hot and smooth, find themselves with an opportunity to go on top of the leaderboard after 2 legs. They collected 19 in Prinsloo. Very bare minimum, they'll collect another 19 if they lose in the finals, but 22 points up for grabs. That will stretch their lead to 41 points. KCB on the other hand, 22 points in Prinsloo and 13 already collected here in the 5th place. We leave them on 35 points, so already trailing Cabras regardless of what the final will look like. As we take a break, it will be a weekend break this coming weekend. Nothing there as all the teams travel to Prinsloo and then here to Dala Sevens. Then they will have to go to the next round 2 weeks from now. That I think will be Kabeberi Sevens back in Nairobi. Our host will be Mwamba Rugby, as you see there on the screen. Their flag already flying high. They have had a good outing, finishing 3rd here in Dala Sevens. They have missed out on being on the podium for a while. They walk away with the bronze. A rebuild happening there in Mwamba. And then thereafter will be dead center of the three legs will have been played. We'll check out to see who has the lead at that point and by how much. We go back to that fan cam, recognizing themselves on the big screen in the stadium. Players just huddling around their injured colleagues waiting for a restart, but there's going to be an evacuation here because this looks like a delicate injury to the neck area, and it's going to take some time for these players to be released, go for further checkup. A lot of rugby to be played. We have Bates Cup coming up in a few weeks' time down in Uganda. They will be the host of the Bates Cup under-20 rugby, and several players will be putting down their club jerseys here to go and represent Kenya. That Bates Cup. Top of the pile will be the Cabras trio, the deadly trio of Michael Lukusi, Jackson Skater and Rayvon Ambale, amongst the others who are already in camp trying to prepare for that outing. So that will open up an opportunity for other teams to catch up on Cabras, who now will be leading going into the 3rd leg of this year's SportPesa National Sevens Circuit. Also several changes expected from other teams because we know several players probably, just going by the rumor mills, might be departing for some tournaments, international tournaments, invitational tournaments. We will wait for a confirmation to see which teams lose who, and that might change the tide of the circuit going into the half-term of the 2026 edition of the SportPesa Sevens Circuit. Still waiting upon evacuation of the injured player. All care has to be taken to ensure that it is proper, not to cause any further damage. First real medical break, serious medical break that we've seen over the 2 days tournament that has been played in good stead. KCB Rugby losing the opportunity to defend this one. They are outright leaders in terms of number of titles in Dala Sevens. They have 6, followed by Mwamba RFC, your bronze winners, who have 3. Homeboys RFC, who are in Division 1, also with 3. Kenya Harlequins with 2. Very consistent so far with those 2 semi-final appearances. Nakuru also with 2 Dala 7 titles. And the inaugural winners way back in 2003, the now defunct Soldiers Lindsay won the very first one. Strathmoleos with 1 in 2013, and Cabras Sugar with their solitary win 2 years ago when they won it here. And they will look to go back and take a second title later on, 2 matches from now. So we thank you all for being able to attend, for tuning in wherever you're watching us from. We are just at the tail end of this tournament, and we look forward to you remaining glued to your screens as we prepare to crown our new Dala Sevens champion. So we'll wait, as we wait for that evacuation, just check out the scenes of the fans in the stands. Yeah, we're still waiting for the evacuation, so we'll leave you with a bit of match highlights that have brought us this far as we wait to resume these Division 2 finals. Yeah, the player is now being safely navigated off the pitch. The applause of all the fans around. A wonderful show of respect from the Kisumu crowd. And we extend our best thoughts and wishes to the player, the family, and the club staff. As soon as we receive any official verified update from the match doctor, then we'll be able to share it. And we go back on air live for the Division 2 finals. This one, Kabete Stallions against Catholic Monks.
Yeah, the Kabete Stallions there. We apologize for that long break in play there. However, we're back for this Division 2 men final.
This one is a try scored by Wambani Hassan. Quick off the restart, goes to the shorter side of the pitch, which was not attended to by Stallions. They're strolling to the try box area and stretching their lead, 15-7. Conversion not good, so it remains 15-7 in favor of Catholic Monks as we have the final seconds of this first half. Hassan Wambani, very interesting character. When he's on song, he's unplayable. But anything other than that, he can be a frustrating player as he is not risen to his full potential, Walter.
Yeah, I think the frustration just emanates from the fact that you expect a lot from him. And at that point in time, maybe he has fallen short of your expectations. But nonetheless, he's qualified, he's talented, and he's most importantly able. I think the best thing to do with Hassan is probably to test him once he completes high school. Maybe probably pair him up. Yeah, once campus, I beg your pardon. Pair him up with solid forwards and see if, with ball in hand and some bit of space ahead, if he can be able to actually convert. But he does convert with the kind of forwards that he's playing with at that varsity level, and that's important.
Yeah, another try there at the end of that play. Mulinge, this has been a perennial campaigner for Catholic Monks, leads them from the front. Dennis Mulinge goes over for another try. Catholic Monks turning on the style, very eager to get back to Division 1, which is up for grabs for whoever wins these Division 2 finals. Again, that conversion not going through, and going into the halftime score, looking set to return to the Division 1. But Kabete Stallions will have the last say when we resume for the second half. So we are on for the second half. the Division 2 finals. Catholic Monks comfortably in the steering wheel of this one, leading 27 against Kabete Stallions. And it's a knock-on from Monks as they went airborne to retrieve that restart. See their outstretched hands of Catholic Monks spilling the ball and gifting Kabete Stallions with possession. They have been starved of possession, but they have also made life difficult for themselves with the errors. Oh, loop around move, trying to create space, but not successful. Stepping into the tackle and pumping, waiting for the support. Referee will call it because I think I heard the referee calling a tackle, although the player decided to offload that ball in the contact area. That's why there's a knock on there from Mulinge, and it's a turnover ball. Put in for Stallions, another shot at possession. Their fight back into this match has to be in the next first play. They have to score to apply pressure on the scoreboard against Catholic Monks, positioning themselves in a very interesting way, parking one play in the 5-meter channel, trying to attract both teams there, then darting back into the open space. Nothing happens there, didn't create much space, so they have to look for a reset. Goes to deck, quick ball required here, numbers out wide to the left. They kill the space with that quick offload to the wing. Should have taken it up to the defense line and kept the defenders honest, stopping them from drifting. Crash defense by Catholic Monks. That's a gamble that can pay off or not. Good offload into space for the player to come into it and going over to score their second try. Stallion hitting back early in the second half. A lot of hard work. They had good conversion, increasing that tally to 14 points, and it's a 6-point difference between the two. Suddenly we have a game with 4 minutes and seconds remaining. Stallion needed that. Just love the idea of that pop pass into the space. Leaves the defender with no one to attack. As the attacker steps back into the space, goes all the way to the center post. Stallion needs to hurry up this one. Just wary of what Catholic Monks might do to slow down the game. Good high ball. This will be contested, and it is recovered by Stallions. Will they stop it from going into touch? No, they don't. Recovered it, but it was tapped back. High tackle noted there by the referee and penalizes Catholic Monks. Catholic Monks being denied of possession in this second half, exactly what the doctor ordered for Kabete Stallions. They go for a scrum option. Another try, and you think Catholic Monks will start sweating out what to do. Going for that backyard kick. It's a foot race. Dennis Mulinge being called to control that ball. It doesn't, and that looks like knock-on, yes, and the in-goal referee confirms that it is a knock-on. Oh, man. Look at that bounce of the ball. He wanted it to sit up for him. Dennis Mulinge does not address that floating ball, and then reaching out to score. Should have just put it into his chest and just gone over. Yeah, lack of control there. It will have been worrying times for Catholic Monks, but still they have to work on this defensive scrum. Referee penalizes Stallions for an early engagement in the scrum, and Catholic Monks get to breathe. They have to play out from here. They kick for touch, or they will take it through the hands, trusting on their ball handling skills, looking for an offload, but choosing better option to just retain possession, trying to put that rack, but being penalized for hands in the rack. assistant referee just calling in the center referee to consult on a few things. As you see there, it was still a rack, and then that player goes in, uses his hands. That is outrightly legal. Add to it the high tackle, and Kabete Stallions are pushed back further away from Monk's try line. Just shy of their own midfield. Catholic Monks with possession on the line out, slowing down the game. 6 points the difference between the two teams. Going through it the right way, but he fell on the wrong side, and Kabete Stallions were quick onto that ball. He held on and was penalized. Two tries from Stallion. Kabete Stallion putting them back into contention on this match, trying to see if they can make a first appearance in Division 1. That is up for grabs. Catholic Monks looking to go back after they appeared in Prince Sevens. Exchange penalties, both sides. Tense moments. Side entry against Kabete Stallions.
In your picture there's a Fanas Obwanga. He's saying it's a scrum down. We need to waste time.
Yeah. you have to win it using all available options.
Yeah.
Just need to lower the tempo here because they're in the lead.
Still a slim one though.
Yeah, ball into. Still ball retained by Catholic Monks. Oh, big hit coming in. Advantage knock on for Stallions. Will they put a stinker in the face of Catholic Monks by winning it late on here? We are in the dying seconds of this match. Patience required from Stallions, because any break in play later on, then that will be it. Oh, nice offloading after bringing in players. And that knock-on. That knock-on coming to the aid of Catholic Monks. Oh boy, the try scorer turning to a villain. Look at that, just in front of him. I think he was thinking of stepping back into against traffic. And then he leaves the ball to hit his shoulder. All Catholic needs to do is to retain possession, boot it to touch, as we wait for that official hooter. And Catholic Monks, after one of the longest games in these Dala Sevens, find the ticket. They are onto the bus, on to Division 1 rugby. We'll see them after 2 weeks back amongst the league top boys. Kabete Stallions still waiting for that opportunity to make their first appearance in the top flight Division 1 Sevens SportPesa National Sevens Circuit. They gave their best. Came up from the Prince Louis Sevens in the semis, now in the finals, but falling short. And that is it. We move forward to the next round, the finals of the women's sevens, the inaugural women's Dala Sevens. And in it we have Mwamba taking on Kenya Rugby Queens. As they take that long walk onto the pitch. Mwamba making their second appearance in the finals. Winning in Prince Lou and building a healthy lead if they can also win here. Whereas for Kenya Rugby Queens, their first appearance, and they will want to go one better to remain in contention. We go to the pre-match rituals, and we see that lineup waiting for the dignitaries to come and be introduced to the finalists. Led by the president of Kenya Rugby. Harriet Okach making her way slowly onto the pitch, followed by the hosts committee. That will be the Kisumu RFC committee that have organized this leg of the second leg of the Prince Lou National Sevens Circuit 2026. Points on offer for Mwamba. As we wait for that, the journey here for Mwamba has been smooth except for that scare they got from Kiambaa ladies in the semi-finals. A repeat of the finals in Prince Lou between the two teams, and they will continue getting acquainted with each other because the potential is there for Kiambaa ladies to make it a win out of these 4 legs of the women's circuit. There on your screens, see the Kisumu women, Kisumu County Member of Parliament Ruth Odinga, SportPesa dignitaries led by the marketing officials coming in for the handshake, and just to encourage the women's rugby, as we see there Kenya Harlequins first to receive greetings and introductions to the Kisumu, trying to get to know the players there. And they go through the handshakes. What's being exchanged there as Ruth Odinga gets to acknowledge the Kenya Harlequins queens appearing in their first finals. Match officials, of course. And it's always nice to be in the finals. Both players will tell you the feeling that they do have. Their mind is always on what happens after these handshakes. It's normally a blurring moment if you're in that lineup. Yes, you see the dignitaries, but you find yourself thinking about the game at hand, as now it shifts to Mwamba ladies. And that looks like it's going to be an interesting finals. Mwamba going for their second win, and Kenya Harlequins looking for their first win. Have to come up against a very strong Mwamba team that is beaming with superstars, Kenya Lionesses, and we will see what happens at the end of this one. The dignitaries just making their way off the pitch slowly before we get things rolling in the finals of the women's Dala Sevens that had 2 pools, Pool A and B, 4 teams in each pool. We had 8 teams coming in to participate in this one. And both teams now ready to take onto the pitch, breaking from the lineup, waiting for that kickoff. Renewing their rivalries, these two teams know each other very well. Both teams packed with Lioness players appearing for both the 15s and the 7s version of the Kenya women's team. So it's going to be played competitively. The bookies have Mwamba ladies as the favorites, but it's a game of 7s, 7 against 7s. Both teams will put their best foot forward. Kenya Harlequins with the likes of Sheila Chajira, very experienced player coach last year, This time around, wearing full armor to appear in the next 14 minutes of this one. Kicking us off is Mwamba Ladies, ball in hand as we go to the final. Snyder Nyachio Okaya with her left boot puts it up high. Sheila Chejira under that into her bread basket, does well to retain possession. Strong retention.
First time testing this finals marquee territory here, but familiar territory of course for Mwamba. They played in the cup final last weekend. They got the gold medal. They've done this, they know this, they're up for this. Scrum, Edith passing it out to Snyder. Snyder kicks in behind. Referee playing an advantage. Tackle off the ball. High, fast. Yeah, referee pulls it back because of that high tackle.
Number 10. Number 10, be careful. High, number 10. Yeah.
Referee says lower your tackle height.
Yeah, that's unnecessary. Kenya Harlequins.
That is Laura Oswago.
It's very
guilty.
Aggressive, yeah.
High tackler. Scrum down for Mwamba.
Good.
They're looking to go bang bang, go top.
Set.
Once again this weekend on the standings from Kisumu. They got 22 points last weekend. They're looking for another 22 this weekend. Edith. Referee's playing an advantage for offside. Janet Akelo. Edith, ball in two hands, fresh here. And Laura doubling up, tackling. Referee says, watch out. But they couldn't hear the referee.
Yeah, going to the local dialect. Yeah. A quick tap and go there from Janet Okello, the most experienced player on this pitch. And Mwamba hit the front with that 5-pointer. Listen to the referee and he'll avoid those penalties. He goes over to give them the lead. Conversion to come from Snyder Nyachio. Sorry. That attempt by Nyachio to be taken, she goes for it, puts her left boot through it, doesn't get over the try line, and scores remain 5-0 in favor of Mwamba. Restart looking here off that boot of Snyder Nyachio, goes high. This will be contested. Sheila Chejira once again. That's why she has been in the national team for the longest. Steady under the high ball. Maureen, this time round, the ball goes to hand and it's a foot race. Foot race, marching here, going, go on. That is a try to hit back for Kenya Harlequins. And it's a 5-pointer response here from Kenya Harlequins. So that is a proper response from Kenya Harlequins. Mori Muritu going for the extra 2, and with that they hit the front. This team coached by Brian Onyego goes through quite pacey for somebody to be able to get past Irina Pio with a lot of ease. Just shows the pace that is packed out in the wings. So this is going to be a tough one. That ball going to dead from the restart. It will be a penalty at the halfway point. Too much energy. Too much power in that boot. The ball rolls over past the dead zone. It's a quick tap by Edith Nariaka. Edith Nariaka with balls, takes it to the left. Janet Okello looking for that cut back from Irina Pio. She goes to deck and they reset. Nyachio passing it out wide to Nariaka. Nariaka shifting it quickly all the way to the other 15-meter mark. Faith Livoy, the rampaging runner, looking to go all the way, but hanging on for dear life are Queen's defenders, and with that assistance from Mamboleo Oswago coming in with that extra tackle that finally bumps Faith Livoy into touch. Look at that, Mamboleo Oswago driving, going over.
She's a feisty one.
Oh yeah, she is.
Harvard looks high.
Faith Livoy is tall, so probably just allowing Mamboleo to keep her tackle higher.
The onus, even if I'm high or I'm tall as I am, the onus is on the tackler to go low.
Good lineup there from Kenya Queens. That pass from Frashio Dor putting pressure on Kenya Queens back line. But Mwamba ladies were offside, creeping from that line out, not Big 10 when the ball was thrown into the air. Hey, that looked almost like a knock-on. But Kenya Queens do well to retain ball, take it to the wing, carrying it and going into contact, surviving the collision. Veto catch goes into touch. Kenya Queens also have a lot of pace there. You talk about Veto catch, talk about Freshia, Winodor, Mamboleo Oswago, a lot of pace in that setup.
I mean, this is balanced actually. Queens last weekend lacked the services of Sheila Chejira. However, most of these girls are playing in the national team. Either are in setup or probably playing in the starting side. So this is a good balance there. Freshia, you actually look on both sides. Maybe a few from the Kenya Harlequins team. However, they are all national team players. They've either turned out for the Simbas or the Kenya Lionesses, I beg your pardon, the Kenya Lionesses, and of course that seven-a-side team. To really make seven-a-side the nickname for the ladies.
Yeah, not yet getting one for them. So you might put there in the comments what you think they should go by as Fresh Odor tries to get round her teammate in the Kenya Lionesses, Shuja.
Finished off.
Let me say Shuja Walter.
Yeah, but well, Shuja is that name that you are accustomed to, but we can also call the ladies. No, let the viewers give us that name that we should give ladies.
Kenya Lionesses Sevens
team,
contest there. Faith Livoy comes in and takes matters into her hands. Offloads to Janet Okelo, cuts back in, trying to ride the tackle. Snyder into the space, looking for supporting players to offload to. Sheila Chajira over the ball and is rewarded. First man in, over the ball, and turns over possession after Snyder looked to go through a line break.
Yeah, penalty there for Kenya Harlequins there. Snyder was isolated, should have placed that ball and released it, didn't. It's become a penalty. That is half-time.
A slender lead for Kenya Harlequins Queens, 7-5 against Inform and favorites Mwamba ladies. This is going down to the wire in the second half as Kenya Harlequins making a first appearance in the finals, looking and gunning to go for that gold medal. second half. Russia Door with the kicking duties for Kenya Harlequins. Raises it high, making it contestable. Sheila Chajira going in, putting Faith Livoy to the deck. Mwamba have to hold on to this one as Maureen Muritu tries to hustle them out of that track, looking for the gap, going through it and trying to see if they can get into Kenya Harlequins' backyard. Fresh outdoor.
Yeah.
And it's a break in play as we see Kenya Harlequins having ball in hand, going for that scrum option. Fresh outdoor, even the number 9 duties. They really have to be wary and careful about her. If she snipes around that, the base of that scrum, Edith Nariaka will be left trailing her. Still against the throw by Mwamba ladies, front row, Faith Livoy, and Snyder immediately puts it into the backyard, all the way into the 22. Frasha has to track back. Maureen to her right, and she tries to get away from Nariaka, who steals the ball and goes to score. Very important try for Mwamba ladies. But there'll be a call there. But it wasn't a tackle. She fell down. So we're just listening to the referee and see what this call will be.
Yeah, waiting the referees. That was a complete tackle there. She needs to release. She's also off her feet. Yep.
Yeah, we just look at the replay again because just thinking, was it? Let's see.
Replay, yeah. There you see she's tackled. She's also off her feet. She needs to release.
Yeah, it's a tackle.
Or come up.
Yeah, referee cancels that one.
Yeah.
Clearly it was a case of not releasing before contesting.
Yes. Good call there, TJ. Sometimes when the TJs get it right,
yeah, you really applaud that.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's a cup final.
Because the cup final, very close one.
Very, yeah.
Every decision has to be well thought out, well reasoned.
Yeah, it's never a battle between, of course, commentators and the referees and everybody else involved. It's never that, but we call it out as it is, and when sometimes credit has to be given, we do give it. It's good to see that the TJ was alive to that fact, and also noticing and knowing that Sevens rules were in application there. You tackle, you release, you're off the floor, you can't play the ball, and if you release, you have to come around the rack area.
Wow. That's Edith Nariaka getting a yellow card for stealing that ball off fresh out.
Maybe a chat back or something.
I'm wondering because initially there wasn't a discussion around the yellow card, but yeah, 2 minutes in the sin bid for speedster Edith Nariaka, now exposing Mwamba because Kenya Harlequins have proven to be up for this fight. They exit their 22 with that kick. Nariaka goes to the naughty bin, and Mwamba have to survive the next 2 minutes. Mwamba at the same time make changes to their back line and the front. In comes number 4. Maureen Chebet comes in for Mwamba. That's line out contested, and then they lose it in that. Wow, Kenya Harlequins needed to have made Mwamba pay for that yellow card. But they turn over possession to Maureen Muritu, not impressed by what they have done there. They had the opportunity to strike. Well, the iron is still hot here. That scene been counting down a few seconds before Edith Nariaka comes back for Mwamba. Mwamba have possession. 2 out wide in the back line, but they will just play it easy. Janet Okello bring the ball all the way to Tracy. Tracy being put in a very awkward position, has to see how they can defend from that, and yeah, referee spots that knock on. Referee times out the game.
There's an injury break. Queens, 2 minutes out, they're leading by 2 points.
Yeah, going by Prince Lou's form wouldn't give them that chance, but they have worked on what ailed them in Prinsloo, and they have put in a big fight against the hot favorites, Mwamba Ladies. As you see there, I think that was an innocuous challenge on Janet by Marvel, and I think Marvel has come out worse from that collision. Attempted to put in a big shot on Janet Akelo, but she is also strong in the contact areas, and seems like Marvel is in a spot of bother, not moving. The medical team just checking in on her, seeing if she will get back onto her feet. On the screen there, Opio was on form in Prinsloo Sevens. Several tries. Mwamba Ladies front pair led by Faith Livoy, and they turn over that possession. Morito going in from the side, trying to turn over that rack. It is a contest and a heavy one. Faith Livoy picks it up and takes it into contact, just looking for the right platform. Players and calling them in as she was cantering down the 5-meter channel in the
Division 2.
Yeah, Division 2 playoffs. Nariaka trying to make amends for that. 2 minutes she was out. They're still trailing. Advantage being played.
I thought that was a knock on the tackle there. Or offside. Yeah, the referee was playing an advantage. That's a knock on.
My.
Yeah.
Nariaka losing concentration there, trying to tap the ball to go, and then just knocks it on. I think the scoreboard pressure getting to her. 7-5, they are trailing by 2 points.
The coach. Bye.
I bet she's feeling the pressure. Input there for Fresh Outdoor. Another big shove from Mwamba Ladies, and the referee penalizes them for offside play. Fresher now going for that quick tap and go, recognizing that their scrum has been shoved twice in a row. Marvel with ball gives it out to the speedster, goes into contact, and quickly Janet goes in for the steal. Maureen Muritu hustled out of the ball.
Offside. Queens need to just slow this game down, ask for that scrum. This is the right time to ask for that scrum that Kenya usually asks for.
And they have a call for it, Walter. Winding down the clock. Seconds remaining. I wouldn't call in an upset because Kenya Harlequins have looked solid in Dala Sevens. And 2 points is what separates the two teams with seconds remaining. At the cusp of lifting the inaugural women's Dala Sevens. The hooter goes, Frasher just needs to put it in and boot out the ball.
You have 2 minutes to play.
The referee confirms that there are 2 minutes to play. That based on the injury that Marvel Oswago had. So 2 minutes to play of regular time. That knock-on is advantage to Mwamba. So we reset the clock. We have around 1.5 minutes of regular time to play here based on the referee's time.
No, you have 1 minute.
1 minute.
With the referee's time, yeah.
Again, Mwamba given a lifeline by the referee's time. Edith Nariaka, I'm not betting against her, picking that ball and giving one of the biggest sprints we've ever seen. She's itching to go. She just wants to make amends for that 2 minutes she was out. And that sometimes can get to a player, Walter. their next competitors. Coming up shortly. Yes, and we are into the last game of the Dala Sevens, and we are looking at the finals, this one between Menengai Oilers and Kabras Sugar. Menengai Oilers have been working in the background slowly, their first finals in this leg 2. The other side, Kabras Sugar going into their second finals, losing in Prince Lu against KCB Rugby, and they queue up to see, waiting for the dignitaries who come in for that handshake, getting to know the players who have managed to get themselves into the finals, having separated themselves from the rest of the pack. And you see there on your screens, Kabras itching to go, Griffin Chow, now Patrick Lumumba, just waiting for the dignitaries to come. Kabras have been outstanding in these Dala Sevens. They have been breaking in the tries, breaking in the points, and they look ominous. They look like the form team. They haven't sweated, they haven't broken any sweat in any of their matches. They have been taking teams through the ringer. As you see Griffin Chow there taking the Kisumu Women's County rep Ruth Odinga through the handshakes. Moment to serve up for their teams as they wait to go through again. We see that skip of the handshake for the Muslim brother amongst the Kabras, going through the first, ensuring that he keeps and observes the liturgy that Muslim faith do observe. We move over to Menengai Oilers, Belda Dogeta taking them through the motions as we look at the starting team here, the full team. Belda Peter Ogeta, the captain there, Mondi Brian Chacha, James Asanga, Wino Glaciers, Philip Okeo, John Okoth, Alvin Kavoli, Calvin Mulewa, Veron Kaburu turning on for Oilers, Daniel Kipchichir, Twali Wesonga, Olmut Samia. Another signing for Oilers, and Lucky Byron Onyango will park at the wing. On the other side for Kabras, you have seen Patrick Sabatia, that introduction from Griffin Chow. You have Derek Ashiundu, Bryson Adaka, Ronald Wangila, Matthias Asimbo at the wing. Michael Loyo not getting enough airtime as he would have wished. Jackson Siketa, the under 20. Rui Maruti, also another under 20. Michael Lukusi, Eric Cantona, Rayvon Ambale, and Adrian Kosa, who are turning up to see if they can get their hands on this trophy. Last they won it was in 2024. On your screen there, Rayvon Ambale relishing the moment. He is a smooth operator, parking at the center alongside his compatriot Jackson Siketa, as we see that in memory of late former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, that shield in commemoration of our fallen giant, who would have been here, you can be sure, but ably representing the family of the Odinga with that plate that is a memorial offered by the hosts, Kisumu FC. Before we go into the game itself, it has been several matches, actually 39 if you count them, that has led us to this moment, the 40th match, 46th match of this tournament, the main cup final, and this one is an interesting one. Oilers quietly confident that they can pull a major upset against their Rai brothers in Capital Sugar. If you're watching us, we thank you for joining us. It has been 2 days in Dala 7th, the lakeside city of Kisumu, and it all comes down to the next 14 minutes. Glory awaiting the winners, and no one really remembers the runners-up. So we have a match to suffer the next 14 minutes as Cabras kickers off. Jackson Siketa going to his right, and error number 1 from Cabras. The moment probably getting to the youngster. The ball does not go the full required 10 meters, and an immediate anticlimax for the Cabras fans. They were looking for that big hit that will be dished from the trio of Patrick Sabati and Derek Kashiundu, who are in the forwards together with Griffin Chow. But Glaciers Owino, outrightly the best player for Menengai Oilers in these last 2 tournaments. These first 2 tournaments of the circuit, goes into contact and is immediately arrested. That ball looks like it will be turned over. They survive that close quarter combat. Daniel Kipchichi goes to deck. Glaciers once again, now this time round, puts it out wide. Joel Mboya, Philip Okeo, his brother John Okoth. John Okoth goes to deck, coming to clean it, puts it out. Philip Okeo too, supporting arriving player. They go to deck. Early days here, but Oilers doing well to retain possession under pressure. Creeping offside from that rack is the Cabras backline, and immediately referee penalizes them. And after an initial first few minutes, it goes to deck, and there is a reset called scrum down in favor of Oilers, still in their own half, but they have had the rub of the ball. They have had the possession, and they will look to see if they can get going.
Glaciers Owino, they are feeding the scrum, coming round. Philip testing the defense line. It bends backwards, but not infringing. Johnny steps, a wicked inside step of his. It's a final here, it's a big one. It's been a minute since Menengai Oilers were in a cup final. Builder to get a straight in contact. Obstruction there. Michael Pussy taps and goes. He's quick off his feet. Rayvon Ambale. It's a battle between Rayvon and Glaciers Owino. Off to the foot races. Glaciers. He brings him in. Glaciers is quite fast. That's a good battle there. Glaciers Owino versus Rayvon Ambale.
Yeah, you expect, very rarely have we seen Ambale being mowed down once he gets through the back line. But Glaciers Owino is a very fast chap and brings down Ambale to deck.
Yeah, these two boys, Glaciers and Raven. And there is Ray holding his head. Not sure if he's 100%. Of course, they will be turning out for the Kenya Under-20, and hopefully he's okay to continue. Yes, just feeling himself. Physio arrives on time.
Yeah, he has to recover from that burst.
Time back on. Stay 10. No hand. No hand.
Yeah, looking to go into this one.
I think Cabras have noticed that contact area. That's where they're going to challenge this Menengai Oilers side, but they look ready and ready to compete. You see their big, strong tackle there, Patrick. Johnny has Lucky on the outside to work with. Lucky's fast. Raven is back on his feet. Raven is okay to continue. Glad he's okay. Yeah. And also Kenya Under-20.
Oh, Belgrado better not anticipating that pass. When he was put into space, knocks it on, and Oilers still trapped in their own 22.
How do you not anticipate that pass and you're the man on the outside? I think it's just the ability lacking. He just couldn't catch it.
Yeah, Daniel Kipchirchir had done all the hard work to get away from Derek Shiundu.
Butterfingers there.
Good.
So still in their own half since kickoff. Cabras having an advantage in territory, which comes with pressure on the Oilers defense. Michael Lukusi with ball in hand, very deadly ball run. Ball carrier, Sketty appreciating the low, goes to deck, releases it and up before his supporting players come in. Shifting the ball out wide to Ray. Ray looks for that cutout, back to Osimbo. Osimbo floats from deck. Another offload basketball to Michael Lukusi, who comes down the back line, shifting the ball out wide. Sketty looking for men, beats one with a sidestep, another one, and then resets, bringing Cabras' fans to their feet every time he touches the ball. Cutout pass, not necessary, but an option nonetheless.
There, good turnover. Play on, referee agrees. Kipchirchir battles with Osimbo. Osimbo floating to Lucky. Lucky has Mulewa on the inside. Mulewa is not the fastest of the lot, but he can motor on. Glaciers. Flat pass at best. Good solid contact there on Derek Shiundu. That is built. He goes to the floor. They need to release.
The referee
will be penalized for that. Penalty here for Menengai Oilers. What did you need to?
First visit into Cabras 22. Yeah, they need to pull in those big gasps. And they get themselves into the 22 for the first time. Glaciers Owino, the decision maker in this one. What does he do at the base of that scrum? Looks for a put-in, and then they will look to probably just take it through to Daniel Kipchirchir. He's been a strong ball carrier for them on your screen there. Tambedi Lukisa, assistant coach for Cabras, and in charge of the sevens outfit. He's selected very many young players, and they have done him well. Ball goes out wide to Chichi. They look to just set up an easy pop inside to Philip. Philip goes straight on to Michael Lukusi. That ball might be turned over by Patrick. He has the hands. Referee allows it to continue because Patrick was the first one there. And it's unplayable. Patrick, remember, Jackla.
No, but I thought the ball was he actually said you have the ball. So I was wondering, who did he mean he had the ball?
No, Patrick. Patrick came in.
It's Cabras' scrum.
Yeah, because he couldn't lift it off, but he had the right to contest it.
Should have awarded a penalty there for not releasing on the floor. There you see, he came in, the Jackla, he had the ball, both hands on the ball, just needed to lift it, and once he lifted it, that should have been a penalty.
Center referee awarding a scrum in, put in for Oilers. Glaciers Owino the ball in hand, the attacking team 10 meters out. Warning bells ringing here for Cabras. Glaciers going the look. As I say, look, doesn't get through. And then coming in strong, ball carrying, short of the try line.
Yeah, that's a turnover. It's a turnover. He was isolated, didn't release that ball. It's still, you can see playing off his feet. Jono caught there. That extra roll back. I think you're allowed that one chance to put that ball, but he held on just for that arriving support to get there. Ray drives here. This is his show. This is Michael Lukusi and Ray's show. However, Wilder Rugeta has other ideas about it. If they say it's over, that's offloaded down to Jono Court.
No one is stopping him that close, and Jono Court breaking the deadlock in the very last second of the first half. Menengai Oilers, one of the meanest defense in Dala Sevens, against out and out top scorers in Cabras. They emerge victorious. They have camped here for the last 2 minutes after weathering the storm. The first 3 minutes of this half, the Cabras pinned them in their 22, but they offload in the tackles, finding Jono Koth in the 15-meter channel, and the big frame of Jono Koth, 100+, 6 foot, goes, barges over and scores that try. Glaciers the winner with an attempted conversion. It doesn't go over. It's a tight affair in this. A restart from Menengai Oilers. They put it through the boot. This one looks like it will go out into touch. And another error from Oilers. First half, we saw that kickoff. Cabras with that error, and Oilers doing the same. This restart of the second half. Quick tap and go from Mike Lukusi. Cabras upping the ante, trying to get themselves onto the scoreboard against Menengai Oilers. A good jackal there from Jono Koth, using all his experience. Right timing to go for that ball. Yeah, shifting out to the left.
I think that is another growth place for the likes of Mike Lukusi, just not being isolated and all that. In sevens, once you're on your own, they'll hunt you down, they'll chop you, and they'll go for that ball. Once you go off your feet, you don't have any power to play the ball. So that growth phase we're talking about for these young boys coming through on both sides is being experienced enough to know when to actually run straight into contact and when to offload in contact.
Yeah, and still learning the ropes. An under 20 player, Michael Lukusi, very dangerous on the attack, but we'll bet that Menengai Oilers have done their homework.
Yeah, they know. They're all quality sides. I mean, this is a collection of high school students on one side, former high school students, and also on the other side. They get the best in terms of quality. Oilers have positioned themselves nicely at that Rift Valley, Nakuru, to be specific, Nakuru, enjoying that age grade past in terms of the players they've been serving. Cross-town rivals.
Jackson Skater with a quick tap and go. Goes all the way to offload the ball to Revon Ambale. Ambale goes over for that try, racing the 5-meter channel. Look at that ball in two hands. It kept Jono Koth interested in him, and then that was Philip Okera. Then offloads it to Rayvon Ambale, who has sufficient pace over the remaining 10 meters to go over and pull Cabras back into this one. It's all tied with a conversion to come. Rayvon trying to convert his own try from out wide, and it doesn't go over the bar. Rayvon Ambale coming to the party, coming to the show. 5-all, very tight as we expected it. Many bookies have it for Cabras, but this is a 7-a-side. Tense affairs as Oilers, who have been working quietly in the background, are still within a shout of winning their first ever Dala Sevens. A quick throw in by Michael Lukusi, found wanting in the back line. Skater to Simbo, Simbo to Rayvon. Rayvon bundled over, still retaining possession. Jackson Sketi weighing his options off the base of that track, swinging it out to the right. Shundu to Lukusi. Lukusi takes it out wide, and they come for the cutback. Patrick Lumumba, bruising ball carrier, attracts the attention of Daniel Kipchirchir. Kipchirchir being warned against going for that one. Again, numbers out wide, going through the motions, going through the ball, going through hands. Then aggressive run onto the defense, Oilers defense line. Good retention of ball. Rayvon slowing down. Lukusi now trying to create something. Steps back in, looking for support. That is a loose pass to ground end. Cabras losing territory. Sometimes going back to go forward. Rayvon steps back in. Goes into contact. That looks like a high shot.
Yeah, that was a high shot. And the double blast there by the referee.
It's a yellow card. Critical moment in this match. A yellow card to Menengai Oilers. Oh, that was a nasty one. That was a nasty one. Straight to the head. Might even go under review because the impact was quite huge. And Menengai Oilers might have provided the critical moment for this match. Calvin Mulewa goes to the sin bin for 2 minutes. This might be the game changer that Cabras have been waiting for to lift their second Dala Sevens title. Huffing and puffing on that seat, knowing and just praying that nothing goes amiss in this spell for the next 2 minutes that he sits on that. Calvin Mulewa.
Praying is not enough.
They must have a lot of faith to stop Michael Lukusi from going to score. Lukusi turning on the afterburners, just gets short, pops the ball up. Football skills from Daniel Kipchirchir to stop Cabras from going over for another try. Quick cut-out pass to Osimbo. Osimbo attracts the attention of the defenders. Ashundu looks like he has gone over. Yes, he has. The big frame of the winger turning on as a prop in the Cabras setup. Goes over to lead. Take Cabras into the lead. 10 points with a conversion to come. That yellow card opening up opportunity for Cabras to utilize their 7 against 6. And they go to the lead. 2 minutes remaining. After attempted 2 extra points, is successful. Rayvon Ambale puts over an extra 2. Very critical score, that one. See that Derek Shundu goes over the brothers in Philip Okeo and John Okoth not being able to put a stop. And now raising it high, making it contestable. They recover. Coming in, Paul Mutsami wearing the Menengai Oilers jersey. That looks like a high shot on Paul Mutsami. It's a quick tap and go. Not yet ahead of mark. 3 seconds remaining on that sin bin. And of course, just buying time, waiting to see if Mulewa will be back. And indeed, there's a substitution. Instead of Mulewa, we have coming in Omondi Brian Achacha. They are back to the full complement of 7. But Achacha is the one who comes in on behalf of Mulewa. Also at the wing, we see coming in for Oilers, Alvin Havoli. Changes being made a bit here by Menengai Oilers, trying to mix it up. 7 points is the difference. 53 seconds remaining to see who walks away with this one. Cabras in comfortable position. Philip Okeo puts it up high, looking to go into the backyard, but he miskicks that one straight. gifting possession back to Cabras.
Joeli, explain to me why you keep away possession at that point in time.
I think it was a planned move, but the execution of that kick, they wanted to put it into the backfield. That's all I can think of. Otherwise, yeah, it's a mind-boggling decision. I think it's just the execution. They were trying to get into the territory where they can pin Cabras.
But still, I strongly believe that you keep possession, you walk around breaking that line, become patient, see how Cabras handle the little bit of patient way to Simo will be dancing with Alvin Cavoli. Ray covers the rack. Recycling well. The Cabras youngsters making a name for themselves. Patrick to Ashiundu, one of the senior members. That is Patrick coming in for that. The ball goes backwards. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a try for Cabras.
Yes, waiting for the referee to call that one, but referee doesn't call it. He says it went backward, and Cabras sealing for sure this victory. Dala Sevens, good continuity play. The difference being the offloading the tackle. Oilers were never able to set themselves up to defend those offloads. Ronaldo Anguilla polishing that victory for Cabras, that final try that is converted. And we do have Cabras taking this one with that final whistle from the referee. Cabras Sugar walking away with this one. They have been the form team, no doubt. They have been pushed to the wire by Menengai Oilers. As you see there, Ronaldo Anguilla going over to score and confirm Cabras' second goal, second touch of this trophy. It has been a fantastic final. What an absolute masterclass of tournament rugby from Cabras Sugar. The winning coach there, Binan Dukise, coming in to congratulate Oilers. They come from the right family. Cabras came into Sunday with their points to prove. They managed every single minute of this final with total precision. You could see in the way they attacked. Michael Lukusi, Rayvon Ambale were lethal in transition once again. But also we saw number 10, Jackson Sketty, step up with those quick tap and goes, and he was able to make proper decisions. But also credit must go to their defense at the breakdown. The Oilers pushed them hard. So the likes of Glaciers Owino and John Okoth turning up in these finals. They carried the ball with immense physical intent, but Cabras' disciplined defense was there to show, shutting out Oilers to that one try and winning this one 19-5. Yes, they were heartbroken in Nakuru 7 days ago, but today here in Dala, they lift the silverware that is most important, the gold, and walk away with 22 points. And that makes a difference on the SportPesa National Sevens Circuit, with defending champions KCB getting knocked out in the quarterfinals by Queens, and Cabras Sugar collect the maximum 22 points today and swing the overall champion race wide open. For Cabras, this isn't not just another leg victory. It ends their 9-year wait to lift the Dala Sevens crowd. I mean, they won it 2 years ago. And we move, yes, as we move forward, we go to the pitch side interview to actually see what the comments are for the winning captain down on the pitch.
Kwa kila mchuano lazima kuwe na mshindi. Right about now, I'm joined by the Dala Sevens champions. Najiunga na the captain of Cabras RFC, Griffin Chao. Congratulations on winning this. You've really fought, Manze. Just how is the feeling? How exciting is it?
Thank you first for your congrats. The feeling, I really can't explain it. It's something that I can just show. It's been a hard fight, especially from last week's final loss. We had to work it out. We had to make sure that everyone wants to win this leg, and we did it, and we're happy for it.
Maybe just take us through what exactly did you guys go back to the drawing board? What exactly did you guys work on to have this winning today?
at first we had to look at our mistakes, accept that we were wrong in the things that we did wrong. Then we had to work on it. We had to play within the refs' calls. We decided that we were going to play a disciplined game. Yeah, and it has brought us here.
Despite winning, any positives you've picked, any lessons you've learned from the tournament?
Since the game 1 till the last game, we were in the hardest pool. So what I learned is everywhere you go, the higher you go, the harder it becomes. It's just about resilience, yeah, and strength.
My last question, Chao, before I release you, you know, you really have a solid and amazing fan base. They follow you all over the country. Maybe just what message can you send to these amazing fans of yours?
To the fans at home and the ones who are around, we thank you for coming. We play this rugby. We represent the badge for you. And we're happy that you're around. You give us this high spirits. You're our 8th player outside. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Chao. Nakujia medal unipeni vaya, au sio? That has been the captain of Cabras. They've emerged the winners of Dala Sevens. My name is Riggs, and right now I'm handing it over to the studio.
Yes, that's a good interview there from the winning captain, Griffin Chao. Just also have to give hats off to Menengai Oilers because they have done well. This is their first loss in the cup finals, and you can't take it away from them. It was a close encounter all the way to the finals. They rebounded from that massive 10th place finish in Prinsloo to reach the finals, and they were within a whisker of winning it with 2 or 3 minutes remaining. But that yellow card set the wheels off for them. They will be back after 2 weeks. They are cooking something, and we can see it. This is not the last we see of Oilers in the finals, but we move on to the draws.
I'd like to pull your attention
for the next round
to the draw
to the pitch
of the next leg of the SportPesa National
draws for the next leg 2 weeks from now.
Mwamba ladies, and of course Mwamba RFC, Willis Ojuang from SportPesa, Bwana Moses Ndale, Vice Chairperson Kenya Rugby, and finally CEO Kenya Rugby, Thomas Odundo. Now in this order, Tio, you'll be in charge of Port A, that is 1 to 4. And then Bwana Moses Ndale, you'll be in charge of the second port. Willis will be in charge of the third. And then finally, Paul Murunga will be in charge of the fourth. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome Thomas Pio, beg your pardon, Thomas Odundo, CEO, Kenya Rugby. Tio. All right, DJ. Ladies and gentlemen, going into Pool A, Kenya Harlequin. Time now to decide who goes into Pool B as the top-ranked side. The headlining team in Pool B, Mwamba RFC. Going top in Pool C, ladies and gentlemen, your top-ranked team in Pool C, the Menengai Oilers. And finally, going in top, ladies and gentlemen, your top-ranked team in Pool A, the second-ranked team, Daystar Falcons. Slotting in Pool B as the second-ranked side, ladies and gentlemen, your second-ranked team in Pool B, Strathmolleos. Going in as the second-ranked team in Pool C, ladies and gentlemen, the Z-Tech Oaks. Kisumu RFC. RFC, Kisumu RFC. Going into Pool B as the third-ranked side. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Nondes RFC. Ladies and gentlemen, your third-ranked team in Pool C. Give it up for Black Blood. And slotting in to Pool D as the third-ranked side, ladies and gentlemen, Marcel Murunga in charge of Pool A, fourth-ranked side. Let's go, Paul. Going into Pool D, the third invited side, Impala RFC. Ladies and gentlemen, making Pool B as the fourth-ranked side. Give it up for the Catholic monks. Ladies and gentlemen, going into Pool C as the fourth-ranked side, Mombasa Rugby. Rugby. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, to slot into Pool D, invited as the first team on the invitation list. Give it up for Nakuru RFC. All right, I'd like to ask our dignitaries to get on stage for that photo op before we proceed to the award ceremony. Asanteni sana. Thomas Odundo, CEO Kenya Rugby, Vice Chair Bwana Moses Ndali, and of course Willis Ojuang from SportPesa. And finally,
from Mwamba RFC, Paul Murunga Amunavi. So Sana. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are done with that. Draw for the next tournament will be heading straight to the award ceremony. DJ, a bit of entertainment as we get ready for the next session, which is the SportPesa National Sevens Circuit Dala Sevens Award. DJ. Congratulations, the very best of women's sevens in the Republic. They've gone bang bang, won Prince Lu, won Dala. What awaits is their tournament. Next up, Mwamba will be hosting the ladies and gentlemen, Mwamba, all right, we proceed. Ladies and gentlemen, your Division 1 winners will be awarded by Kajuju Gitonga from EABL. Japheth Aholia, Head of Partnerships at SportPesa and KRU. Chair Harry Tokach and the Area Member of Parliament, Mheshimiwa Oron. Madam Harriet Tokach. Joining will be Area Member of Parliament, Mheshimiwa Ron Gabi, Chair Kisumu. Ladies and gentlemen, your winners. Let's hear it for Cabra Sugar. These gentlemen have been amazing. They fell short last weekend, falling to the eventual winners. KCB came back spirited and fought their way, ladies and gentlemen, through and through to make it to the cup final. And what a final, an entertaining final that they have secured, having dispatched the Menengai Oilers. Coach Carlos, and of course, his technical side is the trophy joining in that award, Sumo RC being given to the Cabras captain. Being given to the Cabras captain. Ladies and gentlemen, your winners. Cabras RFC. Ben Gidua. Daktari Ben Gidua, Vice Chair Kisumu RFC, tafadhali get on to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, your Division 2 runners-up, give it up for the Stallions. All right, DJ. We'll have the team photo moment with, of course, our dignitaries, Ben Gidua, Daktari, Vice Chair Kisumu RC, and Daktari Joshua Roni, Treasurer, Kenya Rugby, and not forgetting Vivian Nimonjoki, influencer SportPesa. Check presentation bill. Ladies and gentlemen, Nemo Vivian will be giving out a total of 30,000 shillings to the runners-up of the Division 2 category. And this is made possible courtesy of SportPesa. Ladies and gentlemen, your runners-up, once again, give it up for the Stallions. Aya Nimo, fanya ile kitu. The captain to kindly come to the front. That is Omosh receiving 30,000 shillings. A reward nonetheless. They wanted 70, they fell short, got 30. Hard work pays. 30,000. Ladies and gentlemen, your runners up, the Stallions! Congratulations, Stallions. Santeni sana. Thanks to our awarding team, Dr. Ben Gidua and Dr. Joshua Aroni. All right, time now to award our women runners-up. Engineer Moses Mukabani. Engineer Moses Mukabani, Kenya Rugby Union. Director, to be joined by Rafael Abonyo, Rafael Abonyo, wherever you are, Rafael Abonyo of Kisumu FC, and finally, Masi Kabui, Public Relations and Advertising Executive at SportPesa. Moses Mukabani. All right, ladies and gentlemen, your women runners-up side, the Kenya Harlequin Queens. Queens fell short at that buzzer, a painful way, but nonetheless they pick up the valuable points and of course that experience of playing in a cup final this season. Remember last weekend's final was played between Mwamba and the Kiamba ladies. But a step up this weekend for Queens in terms of performance. They come in second in Dala Sevens. All right, Queens tafadhali naomba msonge mbele. Queens, naomba msonge mbele. Queens and the dignitaries, songeni mbele for that photo op. We will be giving the trophy. I beg your pardon, we don't have a trophy, we have the check presentation. All right, Bill. Masi Kabui will be receiving the check. And Bwana Moses Ndale, in charge of our national squads. Moses Mukabani, beg your pardon, Ladies and gentlemen, your runners-up, give it up for the Kenya Harlequin Queens. All right, Mercy, time now for that captain award. All right, it was, of course, the captain this weekend, Event Okech. Ladies and gentlemen, 50,000 shillings in the bag. Give it up for the Kenya Harlequin Queens. Well done, ladies. You definitely wanted 100,000 shillings. 50,000 shillings is a handsome return. All right, ladies, congratulations. We hope to see you at the George Mwangi Memorial Kabeberi 7. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time now for the Division 1 runners-up for the men. I'd like to ask Kingston Biggie. Dr. Obondi, Kisumu FC. Dr. Obondi. If not, J. Cox Mavali to step in and represent Dr. Obondi, and Ray Orlando, Honorary Secretary, Kenya Rugby. Ray Orlando, wherever you are, if Ray is not around, we'll ask to you. All right. We await the Secretary, Kenya Rugby, Ray Orlando. He is making his way to the award ceremony. Our Bwana Secretary is with us. He makes that trio of the award ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, your runners-up Division 1 category from the refinery in Nakuru. Give it up for the Menengai Oilers. They fell short. That was a beautiful final, ladies and gentlemen. Menengai Oilers spirited in that final. They'll be happy with the returns this weekend. Remember last weekend they were playing in the Challenge Trophy category. This weekend they played in the Cup category and were close enough to taking home the gold medal. But they reserved their medal, the gold medal, for another day. And that day, hopefully, is coming along the SportPesa National Sevens Circuit as we head to the George Mwangi Memorial Kabeberi Sevens coming up in a fortnight. All right, our dignitaries, naomba mkuje mbele. J. Cox, right at the front, and Biggie, and of course, our Secretary, Kenya Rugby, Ray Orlando, doubling up as a sponsor of Kisumu FC. All right, time now for the check presentation. Biggie, check ndio hiyo. Bwana Secretary, join in that photo. And of course, J. Cox Mwavali.
All right. The check presentation. And immediately after, we'll have the cash award. Biggie from SportPesa. That is Kingston Biggie. Aya, Biggie. Cheza kama wewe. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Receiving a total of 75,000 shillings from Kingston Biggie. Give it up for the Menengai Oilers! We will be proceeding to the women runners-up. And I'd like to ask John Oyugi, Head of Logistics, SportPesa, and Annie Nganga to get on stage. Annie.
All said and done. This is it. Your new winners. And as we move to the Kapaberi Sevens, we see the pooling there, and it will inform what happens in terms of how the setting will be.
Sure. Right now I'm being joined by an amazing person, Willis Ojuang from SportPesa. Willis, the head of PR and communication at SportPesa. I'm happy to see you. Dala 7 has been amazing. Dala 7 has been amazing. And unajua kila kitu na mwanzo lazima kiwe na mwisho. Just how special is it seeing such an event this successful? How special is it, and what does this mean to you?
So thank you so much. It's a special day, definitely. Day 2 of the Dala Sevens. I think it's been a very interesting tournament, and all we can say is we could feel the fever, we could feel the energy, both on and off the pitch. It's been a really, really good tournament put up by Kisumu RFC, and definitely the circuit is really getting on a high tempo, and we can't wait to see what the next couple of tournaments really hold for the SportPesa Sevens Circuit.
What has been the highlight of this tournament?
So for me, the highlight has been the competition on pitch. Basically, people saying big is nothing in terms of the big names, in terms of the big upsets and all that. We saw a couple of celebrations, and definitely the game is growing. The competition is getting even tighter, and we can't wait, definitely. I think for me that has been the biggest win, that we could see some couple of names, of course, getting to represent us on the national stage once the circuit comes to an end. But also special for me has been just the fun experience. People have come in, people are coming in way earlier in the day. They're able to pass by through the various experiential zones. They're able to capture moments and just make memories.
National team, and you know these circuits, New Zealand ambazo the teams get to choose the national team players. What do you think this means for Shujaa? Now, looking at the level of competition, or your young talents are emerging, what do you think this means for Shujaa?
So a couple of minutes ago, I was having a chat, of course, with the head coach for Shujaa and even the Lionesses, because we also have the beautiful ladies category, where we've seen quite a lot of competition getting intense. And for them is a couple of introductions and assets that have been introduced by SportPesa, including data. Remember, this time we have a lot of data being consumed just to inform the style of play in terms of fielding and what are the laps and the gaps that we're able to address right from the teams and all the way to the national teams. So for me, that representation and the National Sevens Circuit, courtesy of SportPesa, being the feeder into the both programs, both Lionesses and Shujaa, is just a beautiful story. Being back from really interesting, and is able to elevate teams and clubs from the grassroots all the way up.
Maybe just to wrap it up, what are your expectations when you are in the remaining legs?
So for me, as we head into Nairobi, what I expect is the excitement around the SportPesa Sevens will become even on a national level. It will go or higher, because for the thousands and thousands of lovers of rugby that have been denied the chance to just enjoy the game on pitch, of course, courtesy of the production team, they've ensured they've captured all the action, and it's been a beautiful work that is being done by the team as we head into the various tournaments. So yeah, for us, we head into Kabeberi. The Nairobians who've not gotten the chance to travel, mark your dates. In 2 weeks' time, the action will be coming right at the RFUA grounds, so they should be up and early, to enjoy the moments as well.
Thank you so much. In 2 weeks' time, we'll be turning it up at RFA grounds for Kabeberi Sevens. My name is Rick. Right now, tuna sepa tunaingia mitini. Back to the studio.